that is what I see, like this childlike nature and innate wisdom of his connection with the divine and everything around him. I'm a psychic medium. This is my series where I read people from the public eye. So today I'm going to read Erling Haaland. I had to look up how to say the name. Okay. The reason why I want to read him is because I've seen many of the World Cup games and I don't even know the players of my own country. But when I saw him, I was like, I don't know, he has something very magnetic and unforgettable. So I'm curious to read his energy and like whatever comes up. I feel that either him or his ancestors, maybe both, were extremely connected to nature. I'm not only talking like mountains and rivers and whatever, I'm talking about also the beings that live in these elements. So maybe like fairies, elves, that kind of stuff. But I'm not familiar with Norwegian beings. So I can't say exactly what they are, but I can see like how connected they were. And what I'm seeing like with his ancestry is that they were very connected to these beings, very aware. It wasn't like nowadays that maybe if you talk about fairies, like someone will make fun of you. It was they very much worked with these elementals. And I'm again, I don't know a lot about Norwegians, but I'm curious if they still acknowledge this kind of connection or if it's something that has like become obsolete. And if it has, I wonder why. Because I see like his ancestors extremely connected. So like I know obviously like history of the Vikings. Like I know that with the Vikings there was like maybe a lot of violence, but I also see that they were also extremely connected to everything around them. It reminds me of what I see. This might sound intense, but I see this sometimes in some like Mexican indigenous tribes where I don't know, like the Aztecs, for example, that they were extremely connected to nature, but also very violent. So it's interesting to see that duality where they do feel this like deep sense of connection, yet aren't afraid of imposing themselves onto others. So, why is he specifically so magnetic? So, what I'm seeing is he's extremely connected to his ancestors. I feel like a lot of people, okay, we all have our ancestors like behind us, but I feel like a lot of people aren't super aware of the influence of the ancestors. And maybe I don't know if he's like super aware of it either, but I do sense that he's extremely connected. Like, even if it's on a subconscious level, it's like I just see like all of this like power that goes through him, and it is because he has like a very powerful line like on both sides, mother and father. And his ancestors were extremely magical, and I feel that for some reason he has connected to that. So I know that there are many people that you might have like magic in your family, but it kind of like skips generations. And sometimes I see it a lot in my clients that have like certain abilities that like there might be like shame around their abilities or shame around their ability to connect and be magical and whatever or be powerful. But then there are some that are born and they take on all of that magic. He just activated what was already in his family system. Like he's fully taking on the power of his ancestors. So the strength, the connection, because what I'm seeing is that one of his abilities is actually, I don't know why I'm getting this image, but kind of like the way that birds can see like magnetic fields or the way that dolphins communicate, like almost like through frequencies. I see that he has some sort of ability around those lines. I don't know how aware of it he is, but it's almost like when I see him playing, it's almost as if he like sees these lines, like metaphysical. I don't know how to explain it. Just I see like as if he yes as if he can like read the energy of like what is gonna happen. So obviously he has like the physical strength, but it's also the fact that he's like also very in tune and very intuitive. I feel like the collective has gotten to a point where we are way more aware in general, and with this awareness we're able to appreciate things that maybe we couldn't have appreciated before. So when we see someone who's so connected, I don't know why I get images of like Pocahontas, but just someone who's so connected to everything around them, we acknowledge that, oh my God, I want to cry. We acknowledge that level of connection. And it's like I feel like a lot of us like yearn for it, like to to feel that connected with everything around you, because it's not only the people. Like I say, I'm connected to everything. Just, I don't know, just he has very beautiful energy, I feel. A very like childlike nature. You know, like when some children are born and you see that they're very wise beyond their years, and they might like give you almost like divine messages and stuff like that, and then there's a period where they kind of like forget who they are, and then maybe eventually when they grow up they become that again, like that initial wisdom that a child has. Not all children, but like some children are extremely wise and extremely connected. I feel like he has that. I don't know if he lost it at some point, but